Hello folks, thank you for joining me. It's Wednesday. I don't know if it's the 13th of February, something like that. Anyway, it's just getting dark and I tell you, the snowflakes are coming down. They're like 1.5 inches in size. No exaggeration. It's very wet snow, you know, it's not really still sticking to everything. Anyway, I wanted to do a little bit of throwing here. I wanted to throw a form that was, I was wanting it to be slightly a taller form, and so let's just bring the camera. We'll start there, maybe we'll come in for some detail. Yeah, like a tallish bottle. I'm not sure what this lump of clay is here actually. I think it's about 3.5 pounds. But we could check, couldn't we? Tell you more exactly. Maybe 4 pounds even. 4 pounds, yes, 4 pounds. So that on there. Haha. Yes. Well. Dee. La 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 la. Dee. Yeah, I'm having a bit of a time just making some sort of individual pots at the moment, which is good fun, isn't it? To let the creativity flow. And it's funny, creativity, once you start, just let it flow, you know. Once you get it going, once you find that it begins to flow more readily. At least I find so. So now I'm trying to get some height here, so it's very important that we keep the top in, isn't it? Keep the top in. Now on this lift up, I'm just going to stop short of the very top. Excuse me. Now, the reason for doing that is because it allows a little bit more clay to gather at the top of the pot here, you see. Rather than doing the lift right to the top, I'm just stopping short a 1/4 of an inch below the top, and that's allowing the clay to gather there because I want that. Oh dear. See that little bit of skin between your fingers? On a taller pot like this, you can put your fingers over like that, you see, and that'll give you a nice rounded top there. Are we in the picture? Let's see. Well, yeah, we're still there, aren't we? Let's see if I can get around a bit so my head doesn't get in the way. I know sometimes it does. So I'm pushing in at the base now, you see. You see that action? I'm pushing in with my outside hand. This is effectively reducing the diameter, you see. And it's going to get that clay up. My inside hand just a little bit higher than the outside hand. Okay? Let's go. That's why it's so vitally important, isn't it, to know how to pull a cylinder, because if you can't do that confidently, you're not really going to be able to do much. Okay. Again, pushing in, grabbing that clay. Dee, 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 dee. We're still in the picture, that's good. Right. So what now? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm casting my eye down the side here, having a look to see where there are any valleys and mountain peaks, you know what I mean? So the mountains I'm pushing in, and the valleys I'm pushing out to get it reasonably straight. Okay, I'm going to take my sponge on a stick, which is a useful tool. If you haven't got a sponge on a stick, I suggest you get one. Okay, I'm going to take the top of this pot now. Well, actually, I've got a choice now whether to leave it with all of the throwing rings in, which I can do, or to use my throwing stick, go down to the bottom and just, which I think I'm going to do, like that. Okay, now then let's now I'm satisfied with the body. Let's close in the top. So now when you're doing this, make sure you've got enough water. You see, six points of contact, and I'm just going to gradually close it here. Pulling up a little bit more of that clay, because remember I said I had a little bit of thickness on the rim there. Well, I got that, you see, up there in reserve. So I'm collaring and lifting here at this moment in time, right at the top here. Now when you collar, when you squeeze it in there, it can come out here on that point there. That's just something to be mindful of, that when you do that. Just there. Now, you'll notice how it's come up and now it's coming across here. If you make this coming across too flat like that, it can sink in. So you want to keep it convex here. Keep the form convex like an arch. If it gets too flat, it can fall in. You see, I've lifted it a little bit there. That's made it more convex there. Now, if you get a persistent problem there with that, what you can do is just get your blowtorch and just torch it a little bit there, just on the top, and that will stiffen it a little bit. Allow it then for you to do what you want to it. Okay, so we've got to look at the top now and just see what we want to do here. Right. Take my leather. Just going to get off the wheel. Have a look. Okay, there it is, folks. There's a tallish bottle, £4, and I'm now going to I'm going to put a blowtorch on it because I want this to get dry sooner rather than later. You know, with all this wet weather and snow and everything, nothing's drying, is it? So anyway, please visit my website, simonleachpottery.com, and check out. I've got some workshops there in different places: New York City, Arizona, California, and Washington State. So check them out, and yeah, keep practicing. See you soon. Bye bye.